I came across this article earlier, and it's actually from the UK, but I have no doubt in my mind it's going to apply to us as well. And I'm going to read a little bit of it. I'll put links in the description. It says, coronavirus restrictions will remain if large numbers refuse vaccine, warns UK task force. So I guess they're already aware that there's going to be people in the UK who refuse to take the vaccine, so this is their warning. It says, coronavirus restrictions will remain in place if large numbers of people refuse to take COVID-19 vaccine, a UK task force has warned. There are fears that millions of Britons may opt out of being vaccinated for coronavirus, with many swayed by debunked anti-vax claims spread online. Okay. I'm going to scroll down. Vaccination has been an incredibly positive force for good in global society, and they are not helping themselves or others by pushing an anti-vax message. The last case of smallpox was in the 1970s. Polio is now very rare. Vaccination has made a massively positive benefit to society, and if we get large numbers of people vaccinated, then the restrictions we are all currently facing will stop, and we will return to normal. Yeah, okay. Asked if the UK should introduce compulsory coronavirus vaccinations, she said, that is a matter for the politicians, not for me. And she said they're hopeful that, or she is hopeful that they will be here by the end of the year. Boris Johnson said he could not be 100% confident that a vaccine would be available this year or next year. He said, obviously I'm hopeful. I've got my fingers crossed, but to say that I'm 100% confident that we will get a vaccine this year or indeed next year is, alas, just an exaggeration. We are not there yet. And I want to go over here, and this is another article, and this is here in the United States. Can the government force you to get a coronavirus vaccine? It says state and federal governments can't force people to receive a new coronavirus vaccine against their will, experts said, but lawmakers may be able to create a mandate that imposes consequences for not being vaccinated. Vaccine research for a new coronavirus is moving forward at an unprecedented rate, and experts champion high rates of immunity in a population as a solution to stopping the virus from spreading. But a recent Reuters poll found about a quarter of the American public isn't interested in a vaccine for SARS-CoV-2, and the federal government may have a tough time creating a requirement that people be inoculated. If possible, Congress could have the power to mandate a vaccine under the Commerce Clause, since the virus travels across state borders. Constitutional laws, experts told Newsweek. The question is whether that power actually includes the power to require vaccines. And Stephen Wilker, a partner of the law firm Tonk and Torp, told Newsweek that it would likely be a reach. If the government didn't want to pursue mandating vaccines, the more realistic scenario is to tie it to federal funding or tax individuals who refuse to vaccinate. The Supreme Court upheld the individual mandate in the Affordable Care Act, signaling to Wilker the tax may be permissible. In either case, that does not mean an individual could be vaccinated against their will if they were willing to suffer the consequences of not doing so. So see what they're going to do, they're just going to make it really hard for people to refuse. And this is just what I believe. I could be wrong. Things could change. You never know. But I think that the vaccine is going to be the precursor to the mark of the beast. I don't think it's actually the mark of the beast, but it still remains to be seen. So I'm going to link this too in the description. So if you want to read the whole thing. It says, in the case of a new coronavirus vaccination Tribe said disputing the mandate on a religious basis would be difficult because the danger to public health is likely to trump any claim to special treatment. An argument that the mandate violated the 14th Amendment would have a slightly better chance against a federal mandate than a state mandate. But Tribe said he wasn't confident a person would be successful in either instance. So they're gonna do away with that too. Well, you know, you don't believe in it for whatever reason, whether it's religious or some other reason. You're just gonna have to do it because if you don't, then you don't love people. So I just found these things to be interesting, and don't think for a minute that they're just going to come out with a vaccine and everything will go back to normal. And even when they say back to normal, I don't think that really actually means back to normal. It just means, you know, maybe you don't have to wear the face mask anymore, and you can still do a bunch of stuff online and social distance because, you know, everybody's germy all the time anyway. If it's not COVID-19, it'll just be some other coronavirus strand. So I don't know. It's getting crazier and crazier, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the fall, because I think that this is all going to really pick up big time, because they're going to make a final push for the vaccine and for everybody to get it. So, as always, put your faith and trust in Jesus, and have a blessed day.